Hello there YouTube, welcome along to Steve's coronavirus update. In this update I am going to be talking to you about the government and why I am so annoyed, peed off with the government. I really am annoyed and I'm fed up with the government right now. I really am. I'll tell you why. And this is basically what this coronavirus update is actually going to be about. If I get time in this video, I'll talk to you about the tiers that we may enter. But who knows at this point, because I think the majority of this video is going to be me ranting about the government and their failure to keep Britain safe. Because they haven't actually done a very good job of handling with this virus. They haven't done a good job of keeping everyone safe. I feel as though there's been so much that could have been done, a whole lot more than what has already been done. And that does include shutting every single thing down in the UK, putting us under house arrest during the first lockdown for a couple of weeks, and then start slowly reopening supermarkets, pharmacies, and then non-essential shops, etc, etc, that way. But clearly the government decided not to do that. No, instead they thought, you know what, we'll give you guys a bit of freedom to do what you want still by going out to these places, and now here we are. We are currently in the middle of a second wave of COVID still, and we are halfway through this lockdown, this second lockdown at the time of recording this video. And now we're here talking about Christmas, because Christmas is about a month away now, and basically the government are talking about restrictions at Christmas. Okay? Now, what are those restrictions? You're probably going to ask me. Well, guess what, guys? There are no restrictions. That's right. All of you out there can travel freely wherever you want, either from up north to down south. You can travel anywhere you want to go and see your family members at Christmas. You know? What is the point? What is the point? Literally, what was the point in this whole year? This whole year of us being in lockdown, right? Over this last month of us being in lockdown, over the last couple of months at the beginning of the year of us being in lockdown, when all we're doing now is we're undoing what we did at the beginning of the year, right, where we had this massive progress, and now you're allowing us to travel up and down the country, go wherever we want for 5 days at Christmas to go and spend Christmas with our families. Do you want to know something? That is an utter load of BS in my eyes. It really is an utter load of BS. It really is. Because at the end of the day, Boris might want to try and allow us to have as much of a normal Christmas as we possibly can. But let's face it, right? This year has not been normal. This year has been completely different. We've had to sacrifice so many things, and I've asked this question rhetorically last week in the coronavirus update, and I'm going to ask that question rhetorically again in this coronavirus update. But why is it that we cannot sacrifice Christmas to save lives? Why is it that we are allowing family members from different households to mix over the course of 5 days to literally spread the virus and allow us to go back to where we was back in March of this year? Literally. We're going to start next year in January 2021 with a lockdown. Let's face it, we will. Because, leading scientists have said that if we ease restrictions, then 1 day of restrictions being eased will result in 5 days being in lockdown. Which means we're going to start 2021, and basically the whole of January in a 25-day lockdown. Which I don't understand. What's the point? What is the point, literally? We might as well just stay in lockdown between now and the end of January. We might as well not go back into our tears on the 2nd of December when lockdown 2 expires automatically. You know, we might as well stay in this lockdown. We might as well spend Christmas in lockdown and spend New Year in lockdown and then end our lockdown on the 25th of January when all this will hopefully then be blown over. The vaccines will start rolling out nationwide or wherever it is at that point. Yeah, I just do not understand what the government are doing to us. Why is it they're allowing us to celebrate something when we're not allowed to celebrate Halloween or we weren't allowed to celebrate Easter? You know, what is it? What is going on with the government? Seriously, I do not understand. I do not understand. You know? Oh my days, it really does frustrate me. It really does. And it doesn't probably just frustrate me neither. I'm not the only one that is getting frustration over this. You know, there are probably other people out there that would rather want to save their nan's life or their uncle's life or their granddad's life or whoever else is in their family member's life than to go, actually, no, you know what? Come here, spend Christmas with me. You know, I'll tell you what, let's bring another 2 households into the equation as well. You know, let's all have a massive free-for-all. Let's all get together, enjoy Christmas, and bish, bash, bosh. There we go. You're not going to get the virus by 2021. I'm not going to guarantee now that if anyone out there, right, who has family members who are in thinking about inviting over for Christmas, right, I'm not saying that, you know, I'm not going to guarantee that your family members are not going to catch COVID by 2021, right? I'm not going to guarantee that. But let's face it, there is a 50-50 chance that one of your family members could potentially catch the virus. And if one of your family members, I'll tell you what, right? I'm just going to put it out there right now, right? This is my thoughts. If you live down in the south, or if you live up in the north, if you live anywhere in the country, right, and you've got family members that are either up north and you live down south, or vice versa, and you think to yourself, you know what, it'll be a good idea to allow my uncle to come from up north down from, I don't know, Manchester to London. Let's get him involved, right? If you do that this Christmas, then I swear to God, you are stupid, you are pathetic, and you are literally a COVID-idiot, as they are called. You are literally one of those COVID-idiots who thinks it's okay to allow someone from up north to spread the virus down here in the south of the UK. Because literally, you are not just putting yourself at risk, but you're putting other people who also live in the area at risk as well. You know, so that is why I do disagree with the whole household mixing at Christmas. I really do. There was a much simpler way where the government could go, you can still enjoy Christmas in a much safer way. You know, even if it means at Christmas, you're either going to have a ready meal roast dinner for one, you know, or you cook your family a roast dinner, and then obviously your other family members cook a roast dinner, you know, if there are more than one people. You know, there is so much easier way. There is such thing as the internet. There really is such thing as the internet. Okay, this video that you guys are watching right now is being streamed online on the internet. There is such things as video calls. I use video call technology on a day-to-day basis. You know, I've been spending the last couple of months on a video call technology. You know, I've been using video call technologies for the last couple of months to speak to my friends rather than go to their house and go and see them. So why is it right now that the government think, no, you know what, stuff the video calls, let's allow these families to get together, let's allow these families to spend Christmas together. You know, it is utter ridiculous. It is utter shameful for the government, right, who think it is okay for them to allow this virus to continue to spread. And you know what's even weirder is the fact that Boris Johnson has even said it himself, that COVID does not recognise that it's Christmas. If it doesn't recognise it's Christmas, Boris, then why the hell are you allowing us to spend Christmas with 3 other households? Seriously, I do not understand. I do not understand. It is literally, I'm in uproar. I am in uproar, and it has got me peeved. It really has got me peeved. You know, and I'm not saying that I hate Christmas, because I don't. I do love Christmas. You know, I'm in the festive spirit, of course I am. Right? But I'm just saying that this year is going to be so much different than any other Christmas, you know, and to be honest, I don't think it is actually really, really safe for families, especially more than one member in your family that is from a different household. I don't understand why we should be mixing in 3 households. Yeah, I just don't understand. I really don't. You know, what does the government want to do? Do they want to, you know, cause a mass extinction of humans on this bloody country? I kid you not. You know, it does literally make me frustrated that they want to do this, right? And it's not only that, but it also makes me feel such ashamed right now to call myself a UK citizen in this country. It really does. You know, because it's just not right. It is not right at all. And I get that there are elderly people out there. Yes, I get that there are elderly people out there that are going to spend Christmas on their own, right? I feel sorry for those people. I really do. And I feel sorry for the other people out there that also have to spend Christmas on their own, right? Don't get me wrong. But I just don't think that this is right. This is right at all. I really don't. Especially when you're a family of 4, you know, or you're a household of 4, and then you go to another household that's got another 4 people in it. That's 8 people so far. And then you've got another household that's got 4 people in it. That's 12 people in one household. You know? Like, is that even necessary? No, it's not necessary at all. That's 12 people. That's 12 people. Well, in fact, no, sorry. That's 11 people that you could be potentially putting at risk of getting the goddamn virus. And you know what? After that, you could probably say, well, for Christmas, I gave my dad some socks and maybe some new shirts for work. And on top of that, I also gave him a side of COVID as well. You know? Because, after all, you know, I mean, literally, think of it as right now, we could all be potentially murderers. You know, we could. In theory, we could be here literally killing off our own family members. I mean, I don't get it. I really, really, really don't get it. You know, what is the government doing? Oh, my days. I'm so sorry for ranting like this, but I literally had to get all of that off my chest because it's just peeved me off. It really has. You know, I spent weeks without seeing friends. You know, I really have spent weeks without seeing friends, and I've had to use video call technology to give them a video chat. You know, but yet all this time it could have been all right for me to do that anyway, because the government are just going to mess up the hard work that we've all put together to combat this virus. You know, and despite us having this second wave of the virus, we've still been here in lockdown, staying at home, saving lives, protect the NHS, you know, and yet the government still want us to go out and enjoy ourselves for Christmas. I don't agree with it at all, you know. I saw a newspaper article, actually, over the last couple of days where it says that kids are okay to hug their grandparents at Christmas. I don't accept that. I mean, the good thing is you're not allowed to go to a pub together at Christmas. So if you are having a Christmas meal, it has to be at home. It can't be in a pub, or it can't be in a Toby Carvery, or wherever you plan to have your Christmas meal. So that's kind of a good thing. But at the same time, the bad thing is you're all mixing under one roof. I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's acceptable. I don't think the government really care that we're all going to die from this virus in the end anyway. So let's all have one big family get together before we all get killed off in 2021, at the beginning of 2021. Honestly, that's just my thoughts, you know. I mean, literally, if you do plan, I mean, I'm sorry to say this to every single one of you watching this video right now, but if you do plan to have any members of your family in your household at Christmas, I'm sorry, but you are ridiculous, you're pathetic, and you're just literally a waste of space. There we go. I'm putting it out there right now, okay? Really am putting it out there right now. So there we go. And I don't care how much anger I get from this video. I don't care how much hate I get from this video. I'm just putting my thoughts out there. This is how I feel. So be it. Okay? There we are. That's just my thoughts. There. Anyway. Rant over on that. I will very quickly have a chat to you about the tier system, because the tier system has been spoken about, because obviously when we do come out of this waste of time lockdown 2 on the 2nd of December, we are going to be entering back into our 3-tier lockdown. So let me talk to you about the tiers in England and what will happen and when, okay? So in tier 1, so meeting people. So you can meet people with a rule of 6. The rule of 6 can be either indoors or outdoors, okay? So that means you can go and visit someone at their home, or, you know, you can go and visit them in a pub or wherever. As long as it's under the rule of 6, you're fine. In tier 2, you can only meet a rule of 6 people outdoors. And in tier 3, it's 6 people in public outdoor spaces. So like a park, for example. Pubs and restaurants. So tier 1 is table service and last orders is 10 PM. So that means pubs and bars and restaurants won't shut until 11 PM. But however, if you do try to get through the door of a pub or a restaurant at 10 PM, you won't be allowed in. Of course, the people inside that pub or restaurant will have an hour from 10 PM to finish their meal and their alcoholic drinks or whatever they're drinking in that pub and restaurant. In tier 2, you got alcohol only with a proper meal. So, for example, if you decide to go to a restaurant and have a meal at the restaurant, you can also have alcohol with that meal. If you decide to go to a pub and just order an alcoholic beverage, then you won't be served. In tier 3, excuse me, that's not COVID, it's just me clearing my throat. In tier 3, it's only takeaway and delivery only. Now, this one applies to all tiers, so shops and personal care. So personal care and shops are open everywhere, and that's in all 3 tiers. Entertainment venues, so that's like cinemas and stuff like that, etc. So entertainment venues, so tier 1, it's open. In tier 2, they're open. In tier 3, they'll be closed. Staying over, so in tier 1, you can stay over with up to 6 people. In tier 2, you can stay over with a household or bubble. And in tier 3, not except for work or study, etc. Places of worship, again, this is applies to all 3 tiers. So open, but no interactions with people you couldn't interact with elsewhere. So rule of 6 dash household only. Weddings and funerals, so again, this applies to all 3 tiers. So 15 guests for weddings, receptions and wakes, and 30 for funerals. No wedding receptions under tier 3 though. So if you are placed in tier 3, then you won't be able to have a wedding reception. And gyms and swimming pools, again, this applies to all 3 tiers. These will be open everywhere in all 3 tiers. So that is the new 3-tier system, okay? It is slightly strengthened compared to the last 3-tier system that we had in place prior to this waste of time lockdown 2. But there we go anyway. But yeah, so it's a slightly little bit stronger in some areas. Regardless of whether or not what tier we are all placed in, well, of course, at the time of filming this video, I still don't know that information just yet. But of course, I will maybe go through some of those tiers in next week's coronavirus update. So anyway, yeah. That's all that I've got to say, really. So there we are. I've covered the tier system. I've covered Christmas household mixing in this video. I've covered quite a bit. So that's probably going to be it for today's coronavirus update. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have, then please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to leave your comments down below, maybe you've got your thoughts and opinions that you would like to get out, and maybe even get out your frustration on the household mixing like I've done in this video, then please feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you are new to my YouTube channel, SteveOfficial, welcome to SteveOfficial. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below as well. That would be much appreciated. More great content is going to be coming out for you guys very, very soon. But from me though, it is goodbye. Thank you for watching. Sorry for the ranting. And I'll see you guys in my next YouTube video.